All right, everyone, get ready because today we are taking a deep dive into the world of AI agents. You know, those digital sidekicks we keep hearing about.
Everyone wants one.
It's exactly. And we're going to go beyond the hype and see if building your own is really the way to go or if you're better off with something that's, already out there.
What's interesting is building these AI agents is a lot harder than people think.
Yeah, and it seems like everyone's jumping on the bandwagon.
Forrester actually predicts that almost three-quarters of companies who try building AI agents in-house are going to fail.
Whoa, that's a big number.
It is.
So why is it so hard? What makes these AI agents so complex?
Well, a big part of it is something called retrieval augmented generation, or RAG.
Brag, okay.
This is kind of the brains behind how the AI agent finds and uses information, but getting it to work right, it's a real challenge.
So it's like if you have a huge library, right? The AI has to find the right book and then the right paragraph to answer your question.
Exactly. And not just any paragraph, the best one. And that's where things like vector databases and re-ranking come in. It's like, imagine trying to find the perfect recipe, in a cookbook with 10,000 recipes.
10,000. Oh my God.
That's essentially what this AI agent is doing, but with data, not recipes.
Okay, that makes sense. So how long does it actually take to get this whole RAG system going?
Well, a decent RG system, you're probably looking at about 6 to 8 weeks to build.
Wow, that's quite a bit of time.
And that's just the first step.
All
But
right.
then you have to, keep testing it and tweaking it to make sure it's getting better over time.
So there's no like easy button for AI.
Definitely not. The human element is still super important. Your developers need to, really understand the data, the re-ranking, and how to make sure the AI stays grounded.
Right, because it's easy to think that AI can do it all.
Right. But there's a lot of testing and validating involved.
It's not set it and forget it.
No, and that's something to think about when you're looking at how to bring AI agents into your work. There are, different options out there, like third-party tools or open source stuff, or even building your own.
So how do you know which path is the right one?
There are some key questions you should ask yourself.
Okay, like what?
Well, one expert, Andreas Welsh, suggests that you should look at your workflow. See where your team spends the most time and which tasks are the biggest time sucks.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Then you can see if those tasks are complex. Do they use your existing IT systems? Is the data easy to get to?
Right.
And think about the impact. What would happen if things were faster or cheaper?
Yeah, how could you measure that?
Exactly.
Okay, that's a great starting point.
One thing people often forget, they forget to check what they already have.
Oh, you mean?
Software licenses. Sometimes the tools you're already paying for have AI features hidden away.
Like a hidden treasure chest.
Exactly. It's worth looking into before you go building something from scratch.
Okay, so it sounds like starting small is a good idea.
Yeah, pick one part of your business and focus on that. Then you can expand as you learn more.
Dip your toes in before you jump in the deep end. I like that.
That's the idea.
Okay, so we've talked about how complex AI agents are.
Right.
But let's say you've thought about it and you're ready to go for it. What's the next big step?
You need to get everyone on board. That means leadership, your developers, data scientists, and even the user experience people.
So it's not just a tech thing, it's a company-wide thing.
Exactly. You need all these different perspectives because AI is changing so fast. And you have to make sure it fits with your company's goals and values.
Like making sure your new tool actually belongs in your toolbox.
Precisely. But the thing is, this is also new that there isn't really a rule book for AI agents yet.
So how do you know what to do?
A lot of companies end up working with consultants or vendors who have more experience.
Ah, that makes sense.
They can help you avoid the common mistakes.
So even if you're not building the AI yourself, you still need to understand it.
Absolutely. That knowledge is key. It helps you make good decisions and set realistic expectations.
Like knowing how to drive even if you have a GPS.
Yeah, a good analogy. But before we go any further, let's switch gears a bit and talk about something people don't always consider. What happens after you've got your AI agent up and running? That's when you realize there's no such thing as a free lunch. Getting the AI agent working is just the first step.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, exactly. You're in it for the long haul. Think of it like a garden.
Okay.
You plant the seeds, but you still have to water them and, fertilize them. It's the same with AI agents. You've got to take care of them if you want them to work well.
Makes sense. So what does that actually look like? What kind of maintenance are we talking about?
It's more than just fixing bugs. You got to keep an eye on how they're performing. Make sure they're still accurate. And sometimes you need to, update the data they use or retrain them because maybe user behavior has changed.
So it's constantly learning and improving, right? Both the AI and the people managing it.
Exactly. It's a team effort. And, remember that stat we talked about earlier?
About companies failing.
Yeah, a lot of those failures happen because companies don't realize how much work it takes to keep these agents running smoothly.
So maybe that's where a third-party provider could help.
Yeah, they would have the people and the systems to handle all that stuff. But even then, you still got to be involved.
Oh, okay. Why?
You need to understand what's going on, behind the scenes to make sure it's actually doing what you need it to do.
So it's like having a personal trainer, right?
Yeah,
They can help you, but you still got to do the work.
that's a great way to put it. And speaking of work, let's talk about the benefits, right? We've talked a lot about the challenges, but what can these AI agents actually do for you?
Yeah, that's the important part.
Well, one big thing is automation. They can take over all those boring, repetitive tasks that take up so much time.
So your team can focus on more important things.
Exactly. And think about customer service.
Oh.
AI agents can be available 24/7. They can answer questions instantly and, even personalize the experience for each customer.
So you can help more customers without sacrificing quality.
Exactly. And it's
Mhm.
not just customer service. You can use them for all sorts of internal stuff too, like streamlining workflows, improving communication, even helping with innovation.
Wow, they really can change how a company works. But I bet a lot of companies look at all this and just think, forget it, this is too hard.
Yeah, I'm sure some do, but I'd say don't be scared off by the complexity. This is still a new field, and things are changing all the time.
Okay.
There are a lot of great open source tools out there that can make it easier to build AI agents, even if you don't have a lot of resources.
So you don't need a team of experts to get started.
Not necessarily. And as things progress, we'll see more and more user-friendly tools that make it even easier for anyone to use AI agents.
So it sounds like the future is pretty bright for AI agents, despite the challenges.
Yeah.
So what's next? What trends are you seeing in this space?
Well, one thing that's really interesting is this focus on personalization. We're moving away from those generic AI agents and towards ones that are specifically designed for each user.
So like a custom-made AI assistant.
Exactly. It knows what you like and what you need. This could really change how people experience AI.
I can see that. What else is happening?
Another big thing is how AI agents are being combined with other new technologies like AR and the Internet of Things.
Oh, wow.
Imagine your AI agent controlling your smart home, giving you real-time information through augmented reality, connecting you to whatever you need, wherever you are.
This sounds like science fiction.
I know, but it might not be that far off. But of course, with all this potential, we have to think about the downsides too.
Right, it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
We need to make sure that AI is used ethically, that it benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a conversation we all need to be a part of. So for anyone just starting out with AI, what's the one thing you'd tell them?
Well, it all comes back to knowledge, really. Even if you decide to go with a third-party, provider, understanding how these AI agents work, all the details, the RG systems, the maintenance, all of that helps you make the best decisions for your company.
I think that's a great takeaway. Don't be intimidated by the complexity. Just be curious. You know, ask questions, try things out. There's so much potential in AI, and the people who really dive in are the ones who'll benefit the most.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap up our deep dive into the world of AI agents.
It has been quite a journey. We've looked at the challenges, the possibilities, the future of this incredible technology.
Hopefully, our listeners are leaving with a better understanding of whether building or buying AI agents is the right move for them.
It all depends on your specific situation.
And remember, AI isn't about finding that magic button. It's about understanding the tools, the challenges, and how to use it to make things better for everyone.
Absolutely. Keep learning, keep exploring, and keep asking those tough questions. Who knows, maybe you'll be the one to shape the future of AI.
Until next time, stay curious.